fans from all around the world. Give it up for our incredible team here, led by Amanda, your company manager. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, everybody. They finished work at midnight last night. I don't know how you got ready for this morning's show. Not easy. One more time, the Royal Caribbean Singers and Dance, everybody. One of our incredible original shows at Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much indeed. Keep your applause going, or it's going to be awkward if they leave this. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Common Ground. How's everybody this morning? Looking fabulous. We've got an absolutely full house, which is great to see. For those who don't know me, my name is Mark. I'm your cruise director along with Dan this week. And I have been with the company 29 and a half years now, but I'm very honoured. Thank you. Very honoured to be here for my very first President's Cruise, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm very excited to be here. And this presentation this morning, I'm going to introduce you to the man of the hour very shortly. During the presentation, you will have a chance to ask questions. By a show of hands, who thinks they might have a question this morning? A few, okay. Just a few. We have our mic running team who will be here shortly. They'll be running around the theatre. Up on deck 5 as well. Give us a wave on deck 5. You'll have a chance to ask questions too. What I do ask you is that you ask one question, tell us what your name is, where you're from, then you can ask Michael your question, and he'll do his best to answer that question for you. But Michael also has his executive leadership team here from Miami. Give the leadership team a round of applause. They're all here. The executives.
And we have our shipboard executive team as well. We've got Captain Angel here with the team. They've been happy to be here this morning. So, shall we get this show on the road, everybody? Yeah. I can't hear you. Shall we get this show on the road? Yeah. Very exciting. Would you please welcome on stage, ladies and gentlemen, your President and CEO. Give it up for Michael Bayley.
Thank you. Come on.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Did you enjoy All In?
Yes.
Next year, the Pinnacles will be dancing All In. So pay attention, you're going to have to get your rehearsals right. Photo after, okay? Okay, so, questions and answers. Now, not yet? Oh, what's going to happen first? No, we're doing Q&A, right? Yeah. But I feel a little overwhelmed because there's a lot of people in the audience today, so... are you all in a good mood? Yeah. Are you all happy? Yeah. That's pretty much the end of this session, then. Get up on stage, okay?
Yes.
Oh, use the stairs.
Can I use the stairs?
Yes.
I'm going to need a chair then, because... Okay. Alright, let me put my hat here so I don't forget it.
We'll get a chair for you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's start with the first question.
Okay, so a lot of you, I know, have questions. We have our running team here. Also, feel free to pay any compliments to Michael and anything you enjoy. Very good. We're willing to hear that too, not just questions. It's good things.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Ann Cooper, and I live in Griffin, Georgia.
What's your question?
My question, so I apologize after what I said. As a stockholder, I appreciate Royal's direction to make this ship the destination. However, as a consumer that has been loyal to Royal and finally retired where I can take longer cruises overseas as well as the Caribbean, I am asking if you could merge the loyalty points with Celebrity. Not just a one-time conversion. Not just a one-time conversion, it is just a database. Even if it might be a delay in transferring each way, but to be able to earn points both ways.
I thought we'd have a few, like, easy questions. couple of nice compliments about the crew, and, you know, this sailor and that kind of stuff. You know, get them straight to the heart of the matter. You know, Carnival announced changes to their loyalty program.
Ooh.
And that is exactly what we're trying to avoid. So we have a team, we have consultants, we have tech, we have a project team, we have the entire executive leadership of Royal Caribbean Group, the brands, on regular reviews and meetings about the future of the loyalty program. We're well aware of the different requests and desires and etc. for all of our loyalty members across different brands. They're very similar. There's also differences between how people perceive the loyalty programs by brand. Hopefully you've seen some positive changes in terms of access to information, and you'll see over the coming months and year or two that things will continue to improve in terms of accessibility, simplicity, making it easier to sell between the brands, get offers, this type of thing. So we're on a journey to get there. Ultimately, we have not defined this yet, but ultimately we are going to get to a one platform database of our loyalty members for Royal Caribbean Group, and as some people use the word ecosystem. You know, we're adding river cruise now, celebrities adding river cruise. There's a lot of investment in the destinations, and I think, you know, there's a journey ahead for Royal Caribbean Group and that ecosystem, which I think will be incredibly beneficiary to all of our loyalty members regardless of brand. So, you know, I think we're going there. I think we're going where everybody's going to be happy. I think we're incredibly sensitive to not tipping over the apple cart. We don't want to make decisions that maybe it's, you know, a short-term benefits and then upset our loyalty members. There's also a lot of technology that needs to go into place when you merge data between different brands. There's a lot. I don't know how big our database is. It's probably 40 million people for Royal. I'm guessing. I can't remember that. I would guess celebrities probably 15 million, and Silver Sea's in the millions. There's a lot of overlap. So we're getting there. And I think the answer to your question is yes. That'll come. I don't have the exact timeline. And I think we've had this discussion before, and we've maybe over the last couple of years we started this journey with loyalty 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, and literally there's teams working on it. So hopefully, I mean, our aim is to make everybody happy, and also benefit the company in terms of the shareholders and et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to get there. We're just, you know, try and be a little patient. Hopefully you see some improvements and you feel like we're making some progress. So we're going to get there.
Okay, we're going to go to the back of deck 4. How we're going to rotate it, everybody on each side will get a chance to ask a question. So we'll do deck 4, then we'll do deck 5, then we'll go to starboard side, and then back to port side. So at the back, hello, who are you?
I'm Nancy, I'm from Texas. And first I do want to say thank you for this wonderful cruise. I know some people are a little disappointed, but I for one am glad it gives me a chance to see all my cruise friends. My question, to lighten it up a bit, is what's the chief dog officer's name for legend?
Now this really is a critical question. So as you all know, the chief dog officer position is probably one of the most important positions we've added to the Royal Caribbean Group. You also may have seen from my Facebook page that I am deeply in love with Sarah. Yeah. And I got to tell you, Sarah is deeply in love with me. It's very meaningful. So the name for the Chief Dog Officer on Legend that we've got, by the way, we're open to suggestions. And I think I'm going to have to figure out, I'm going to put something on Facebook in the coming weeks announcing that we need a name for the Chief Dog Officer on Legend. we've got two current contenders, two names that seem to stay, well, they stay in my head. So I like them both. And one of the names was given to me by a guest, I think, in the last Horticulture. I can't remember, but I got the name from someone that gave it to me. So one of the names is Popeye. And the other name is Skipper.
Skipper.
Okay, so we're going to pick Popeye. So clearly you like Skipper. I think we'll probably put it on Facebook and ask everybody to vote. I think we need one more name though, just to make it 3 names. But so if you do have a great name, Gilligan, Sailor. No, we got Sailor. Who? No, that would be self-serving. People would think that's a little weird. Bayley would. I like that name though. But anyway, we'll put it on Facebook, and you can send in names for the chief dog officer. Yeah. So, thank you for that question.
Okay, we're going to go to deck 5. Where do we have a question on deck 5?
Deck 5.
Poolside deck 5. Hello. What's your name, sir?
Hello, my name is Ray. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I just, loyal, we were now loyal to Royal for maybe a year and a half or so, and several cruises since then, and looking forward to many more. I can't appreciate or show my appreciation for your presence on this cruise. I really appreciate it, especially Hideaway. You shot me in the mouth with champagne. And I made my day. I've heard rumors, maybe murmurs, of a Discovery class. And I was just curious what that
So we did make an announcement a couple of days ago that Royal Caribbean Group has secured the slots in Finland and confirmed the order of Icon 5 with options for Icon 6 and 7, which takes us to 2031, I think. I can't remember exactly. And then we've also secured slots until 2036. I think that's correct, yeah. So in Helsinki, Finland, where we build Icon Oasis ships, we also build Oasis in France, by the way. We've secured slots, which is a big deal because there's a lot of cruise ship building underway. So there's only a few yards in the world that are capable of building these types of ships. We've been working a lot on Discovery class. I think you probably heard that a year ago. We said we were working on it. I mean, it takes a lot of work to design a ship. It's a lot of work. So we're getting really close. I'm not sure we can't make any announcements now, but I'm hopeful that in the coming months that we will be able to make an announcement on that class. I can tell you that we are working on the class and the class will be coming, but there's a lot of things that need to happen before that can be formally announced. We've given it the name Discovery Class because we want the ship to be able to really focus on, you can use different terminology, the more exotic itineraries, and sometimes they're called meta regions by our teams. So for example, classically would be the Mediterranean, Europe, Northern Europe, Alaska, and Asia Pacific itineraries. That ship would be, the ship that we're creating would be the ship and the class that would come in and start replacing the older hardware that currently operates in many of those itineraries. So we're trying to, we're excited about the product, what we're creating, and I think we'll be very excited to talk to you about it. And for sure, this time next year, if we're in the President's Cruise, we'll have probably lots of information to share with you. But thank you. But I can tell you, I would say every week now, there's teams of us working 20, 30 hours a week just on this. And so I think it's going to be, hopefully you'll find it exciting. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Michael, we're going deck 5, starboard side, the balcony to your left.
Good morning, Michael. My name is Martha, and I'm from Florida. I do have a question regarding the pins that we get. I'm sure you've had plenty of them. We worked for many years to be able to get to Diamond Plus, and we were given virtually something that not only made me come to tears today. We got the Diamond Plus pins, but the fact that they are Dollar Tree quality and not Plus quality. People have literally asked me, what are those pins for? What do they represent? They don't know. And I think that as long as we've all worked to be able to get the Diamond Plus pin, we ought to be given those pins.
Are you saying pin or pen?
Like you wear on your shirt
Okay, a pin, yeah, okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of garbage. What's the question?
Did we change the pins?
Yeah.
Nancy.
Uh-oh.
By the way, if they're really, I'm not sure if I've seen them, but if they're that crappy, we'll change them back.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, if they're, did we get them from Dollar Tree?
99 cents.
Okay, good question. If they're crappy, we're going to change them back to what they were. I don't know, sometimes I don't know, it's funny because we get bigger and larger, more people and everything, and there's always someone who thinks it's a good idea to do something, and it happens, and then we realize in we're like, that's a really bad idea. So I'm sorry about that, we'll fix it. Thank you.
Okay, now to deck 4. Where am I looking, deck 4?
Deck 4, starboard out.
Hello, I see you all the way to the left, Michael, on the second balcony.
Hello, it's so nice to meet you. I thought I met you the other night, Tuesday, and made a complete fool out of myself. You had a doppelganger. So we're Jim and Nan. We're from the Villages, Florida.
All right.
Y'all believe everything in here. So,
Oh yeah, I do believe it. That is disturbing, what's going on in the villages.
but actually, we're a couple that believe in gratitude and major sucking up. So I just wanted to tell you, we celebrated our 47th wedding anniversary Tuesday.
Oh.
And had the time of our lives. We really, really did. And today's my husband's 47th. Excuse me.
That's your other husband.
I was never good at math, just like I thought I recognized you. But anyway, I just want to tell you thank you. I don't understand what all this other stuff is yet, because we're new.
I don't either.
But I just wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate you, and we can't wait to say that again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's much appreciated. I think for everybody in the Grand team and all of the employees, Ship and Shore, it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for those kind words.
Okay, so
My name is Sunshine, and I'm from Oklahoma. And I must say, the absolute worst part of coming on cruises is I have to leave my puppy. And so I'm elated that you have Sailor and you have the
Rover and Sailor, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking of the dog in charge, but I can't think of the official title. But all I have to say is, it kind of, and there's kind of related, you kind of alluded to it earlier, but I assume that you've seen success with that. And do you plan on doing that eventually to all of the ships, or is it only going to be like certain ones? But more so, what benefits have you seen by bringing them on board?
Well, we have a chief dog officer is the official title, and the chief dog officer has a dedicated chief of staff. I mean, why wouldn't she? Personal vet, trainer, whatever. Whatever she wants, she gets. Reports directly to the captain. Has her own private little house and bed on the bridge, just in case the captain needs any navigational support. Has her own dedicated junior suite with the chief of staff, with her own little cubby hole for her own bedroom. So, as you can imagine, it's a dog's life being a chief dog officer. So our plan is to have a chief dog officer in every one of the icon class. I mean, funnily enough, we've had a lot of requests from actually captains and management teams on different ships asking us when are they getting their chief dog officer. So we're going to have to think about that. The benefits have been amazing. I think there's a lot of skeptics about the idea of putting a family dog on the well. Yeah, like everyone in my team thought it was a really stupid idea. Since you're laughing, I will confirm that they're all gone next year. So, but I mean, I tell you one thing that we did do in the beginning, which I think the product team, marketing team, someone had a golden retriever. They put a GoPro on the back of the golden retriever, and on Oasis class, on a couple of our Oasis class ships, in the morning of turnaround day, when there's no guests on board, they let the Goldens run around all around the ship without somebody holding on to them, and it was quite touching to see the response of the crew. So I think when we did that, we thought this is a great idea. I mean, clearly the crew really like it. It's a really touching thing. And then we've seen also the same thing with the guests. I mean, it's a really nice thing, and it's good to have a family dog for a family. And I think we believe it's been a great success. So I think we'll continue to do it. The only thing is that I'm technically the owner of each dog, because under the humane, you can't get a dog, and a corporation can't really get a dog. I mean, maybe you could, I don't know, but we decided we couldn't. So I have to sign all the adoption papers to the dog. So I'm just concerned that if we get 30 golden retrievers, and I've retired, and then, the next dude in my job says, get rid of these dogs. Who owns them? Michael Bayley, call him up. I'm sending him 30 golden retrievers to the villages. But it's great. It's really heartwarming, and I think it's been wonderful. So thank you for your question.
Okay, Michael, to your right. Next question, Nicole.
How you doing? My name is Stelly Castelli. I'm from New York, traveling with my wife and my 4-year-old son. Before I ask my question, I just wanted to say thank you to you. Recently, my 4-year-old was diagnosed with slight autism, and he's been having a really hard time at school and everything. And he's been just really down. And his last 2 experiences on cruises, especially this one, has made his life. And for some reason, his teachers have a hard time with it. His teachers sometimes have a hard time with him, but somehow your Adventure Ocean crew has always had a positive experience with him. And yesterday, we saw you at Coco Cay, and you gave him a big hug, and then got down to talk to him. And that video you posted yesterday on your social media, he was featured on there when you talked about your loyalty guests. And that means the Royal to us as people who only cruise on Royal and love the Royal Caribbean. So I just want to say thank you for providing such a great cruise experience. This President's Cruise has been more than about just gifts and monetary things that we can buy anywhere. You've given us something that we will have forever and we can never lose. So first, thank you for that.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Sorry for being so long-winded. My question was, me and my wife, we have ideas every time we're walking back to Coco Cay. It's that long walk, and we're thinking about ways to like work for Royal so you never have to leave. And trying new ships. So yeah, so real clients, so just know you might see that.
We're looking for a whole bunch of chief dog officers.
But my question was, we always think about what it's like to be on different ships because we've only done like Oasis class ships because it's so great for my son. But sometimes we see celebrity there or we see smaller ships there, and we were wondering, would you ever consider an excursion that allows guests from both ships to visit each other on the ships while parked at Coco Cay? Because I feel like it would allow people who only do big ships to see that the smaller ships have so much to offer still, and they're not just older ships. And it also offers people who like to stay on the smaller ships an opportunity to see a bigger ship, or people who can never see celebrity to see a celebrity ship, or vice versa celebrity to see a royal ship. And I think we can have a while at park at Coco Cay since we're all on the island together.
That's a great idea. No, thank you. Wonderful idea. Thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely take that on board. I think if we could find out a way to manage that, it's a great idea. Yeah, thank you. And thank you so much for those comments about your son and family. It's very touching. Thank you.
We'll pass that on to the next person. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and administration. Thank you.
Okay, let's go. Anyone else on deck 4 or to go to deck port side? Hello, at port side. On the right hand side, Michael. Behind the pillar.
Hi there. I'm Mark from Pittsburgh, and enough with the easy question. How about Baltimore? Because that's our closest home.
Yeah. How about Baltimore? Is it grandeur we have in Baltimore? Vision. I'm looking for help here. There's a life in I'm not getting anything. So I know we didn't we remove winter season out of Baltimore, but there is going to be a summer season? Does that answer your question? Or, yeah. So I think I've had a couple of people ask me, why did you take Vision out of Baltimore? But it's seasonal. It's not. It's coming back. It'll be back every summer. And it's just logistics and reality. You know, winter products out of northeastern ports just have more challenges. So I think it's just that's the reason why. We're happy to be operating out of Baltimore. The Port of Baltimore is super supportive to Royal Caribbean, and we know there's a lot of guests in the area who like sailing with Royal Caribbean. So hopefully that answers your question. Great, thumbs up. Thank you.
Okay, to deck 5, center deck 5, Michael.
Deck 5 what?
Deck 5 right at the top in the middle.
Oh yeah, okay, thank you.
Hi, Michael. I had the pleasure of attending a meet and greet with you after COVID, where you explained all the problems, how you got the workers back home. It was amazing. But more importantly, you spoke about the future of Royal Caribbean, and it was such a positive influence that I bought a ton of stock at $7. And now it's well over 300. And I wanted to thank you because your encouragement is what made me buy so much.
You're welcome. Anyone else buy stock when it was done when we were down on our knees? Yeah. What's that Warren Buffett saying? When there is fear, when there's greed in the market, be fearful. When there's fear in the market, be greedy. And I think COVID was a classic example where everybody was terrified. It was a great time to buy stock, especially Royal Caribbean stock. Yeah.
$17.
Congrats.
Okay, are we staying on deck 5? Or, okay, let's go to deck 4 at the back. Do we have some on deck 4? At the back on deck 4, I'll start this side, Michael, to your left slightly by mistake.
Hi, my name's Lois, and I'm from Texas. And I want to thank you, Michael. You're just wonderful. Everybody loves you. This question is about safety. So I see a lot of signage in the room, except I think a lot of people don't know or realize that in the case of emergency, when you hit the medical button, they're busy down there and they're doing their thing. It's best to call 911. So if we could put something in the room, by the phone, on the door, in case of emergency, call 911. And we could have the safety people maybe say it when we're getting our, during muster station, thank you. Because something happened near and dear to our heart, and our friend didn't know what to do, and Roy was wonderful. They took very good care of her and her husband, but I just wanted to make sure that we could put something out that says, call 911.
Okay, thank you. Good feedback, and we'll take that feedback back to our safety and team in Miami. In fact, we were in a meeting this morning with the captain and the team about various issues associated with the speed of response and accessibility of emergency medical services if there's any kind of issue around the ship. So we're quite focused on it, and I think that's great feedback. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go back to deck 5, then back to deck 4. So deck 5, hello, straight ahead, Michael, to your left a little bit on the balcony. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Cindy, and I'm from Texas. As I mentioned, it's a phrase for sure things. It's for Coco, Mexico, because those of us in Texas like having our private island, and I mentioned that to you before. My question is consideration of when we did the transatlantic that went from Port Canaveral to Lisbon, then we were lucky enough to catch the Voyager back to Port Canaveral last fall. I was kind of hoping that maybe Royal could put some more of those ideas in the itinerary.
When you say put more of those itineraries, you mean connecting eastbound or westbound?
We can just fly within America, get on a ship with Royal, fly, they'll take us to Europe, and somehow have a connecting ship, or the same ship, to bring us back with a different itinerary.
So, I'm trying to think of the correct version to respond to this. Transatlantics, and it's an interesting business because most of the world's cruise capacity moves into the Caribbean in the winter because it's sunny and nice and it's close to America. In the summers, a lot of the ships go to Europe and Alaska, obviously, because it's super popular for Americans. So most of the ships, it's funny, I think in March, or maybe it's April, there's something like 40% of the world's cruise capacity leaving America to go to the Mediterranean. And a huge amount of ships go to Alaska. When we get the ship to Alaska, or we get the ship to the Mediterranean, then we operate all the summer season in that region. And then we bring the ship back in October from, say, the Mediterranean or Alaska, September, October. We bring it then back typically to the Caribbean. These are very general statements, but typically that's what happens. So you may see also that price points on transatlantics are usually pretty good because the voyage is longer and it's a one-way cruise. And so it's a great suggestion, but it's logistically it's improbable because when we move these big ships across to the Med, they stay all summer. They do come back. So if you want to sail across and stay for 5 months, be my guest, and we'll take you back. And it's the same with Alaska. So that's kind of the reality of the business, for the cruise business. So, but I do know, and I have many people talk to me about some wonderful itineraries that you can build. You can, on the Trans-Pacifics, for example, going across to Asia, Australia, or going to the Mediterranean, there's lots of great itineraries you can tag together that give you a 21-day, 28-day vacation that's pretty unique. So I think if you put the time in and do the research, you should be able to find some pretty good itineraries that way. Thank you.
Okay, Michael, far left, front row. 1 second.
Morning. My name is Nick from North Carolina. I appreciate you taking these questions. I'll start out with a definite compliment. The crew on all of these ships are amazing, and the talent of the entertainment is off the charts. My question is gratuities. I always pay my gratuities on here, and I always give additional cash to whoever I come across. Is there any consideration to either just building them into the cruise? Because I hear a lot of people talk about, I go to guest services and I take it off and I give the money to the person. And I know people that do not do that, and I'm assuming it hurts the crew. Is there any consideration to making it just built into it, or just not built into it? I don't know how you would, but is there any thought on the gratuity process?
There's been a lot of thoughts on the gratuity process. So you can't believe the By the way, before I forget, let's get the kid down here, the captain hat on, because he's raised his hand a million times. So let me answer the question. Yeah, we put a lot of thought in. There's so many, there's not so many, there's quite a few different models, as you've already defined some of them. And like everything in life, they have pros and cons. And over the years, in different markets, we've often used different models because it's easier to take one ship in a different market like China or Australia or something like that and operate a different model. The bottom line is the model that seems to be genuinely the most productive, effective, and rewarding for the employees is the model that we operate today. And yeah, we do see different seasons, different itineraries do result in different requests to remove gratuities because they're going to give the gratuity person. And in many, many cases, the gratuities, it's great. But there are cases where people remove the gratuity and then they don't pay the gratuity. And that is very frustrating when that happens, and it's disappointing. And often, sometimes we get letters, people, punish the company. They think they're punishing the company by not giving the gratuity to the crew member, which of course it makes no sense. The kid's giving you great service all week. Take care of the kid who's done a wonderful job for you. We do have a safety net for gratuities for the crew. So when if we have a deployment of a ship in a market that's got some kind of issue with gratuities, first of all, we rotate them away from the ship after a season so we can move them to higher gratuity ships. And then we also have a safety net where if they come forward and say, I'm not getting my gratuities, we give them a minimum basic cash payment so that they've got enough to take care of their debts and commitments and stuff like that. But over the years, we've been all over the place with this, and we think we've got the right system in place. But thank you for the question. We really care about the crew, so we've always focused on that.
All right, so to the captain, yeah?
Yeah, the captain. Can you stand, captain? By the way, captain, there's another captain over there. An older version of you.
My name is Benjamin. Oh, wait, I just cannot. Okay. So close for now. Anyways, my name is Benjamin. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida. And my question is, what is your favorite ship and what is your favorite port?
You live in the villages? No. What is my favorite ship and what is my favorite port? That is a question only a kid would ask. It's like the question when your kid asks you, am I your favorite son? Whose laugh was that? That was great. So, I love all of our ships. I really do. Over all of the years I've been on all of our ships, every single ship is its own unique personality, it's got its own character, and it's got its own vibe. And all of these ships are remarkable, I think, and they bring a lot of happiness to our guests. So, fun enough, we went on the end of the Ultimate World Cruise on the Serenade. Yeah. And I hadn't been on that ship for I don't know how many years. And I went back on that ship and I'm like, what a beautiful ship this is. So well made, so classy, great woodwork. I mean, just the attention to detail was phenomenal. A really beautiful ship with a great atmosphere. So I don't have a... Now, of course, I sail, whenever we introduce a new ship, I'm on that ship for a few weeks. Like, I was on Star for a few weeks. I mean, that ship is epic. It's unbelievable. And then the poor question... What? Oh, yeah. I don't think a perfect day is a port. But now that I've had my lifeline correctly, yeah. I mean, by far, a million miles perfect day is my... I love it. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite port? Roatan, Honduras? You the guy who sent me that letter? Yeah. All right. Did you send me some cashew nuts? Oh, you're a good man. Here's my favorite. I like cashew nuts. I like the honey roasted ones, by the way. They're really good. Did you send me a duck as well? Yeah, man, you're out of control. You suggested 3 things, but I've forgotten what they were. One of them was you wanted to be on an advisory committee, right? Yeah. I mean, what? Wonder? Yeah. Well, that's close to you now. I mean, it's not far from Daytona Beach, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's chat later, okay? Thank you, Captain.
So we go from Captain Bentley, Michael, to another captain.
Oh, yeah.
Straight ahead to your
Whoa! You look like a real captain over there.
Yes, I do have a nickname for many years cruising with Royal Caribbean, Captain Fuimba Alternativa, but my real name is Valentina Martinale from Palm Beach, and I am excited to be here. It is such adrenaline, and I'm here again and again and again. First time I started cruising like 27 years ago when my children was little, and now just last week we checked out from the start of the sea. What excitement to meet Chief Officer Sailor, and the next week I'm going to Icon to meet Rover. And once it is for legend here, Papai Skipper is great name, maybe Sky. Today I'm here to tell big thank you for the Ken Rush. I met him first time 25 years ago.
Oh yeah, come on, Ken. Don't give him the microphone.
Amazing. He made us believe, we need to come back here because it's such excitement and big things I can say to make us a family. When we got a special president cruise, we meet each other, we're so happy, we're so much excited, and we even was still drunk after the start of the champagne I beer last day. I'm perfectly good again. So it's guys, just sharing my thought. And of course, my question is, the Royal Caribbean planning to do president cruise in Europe like we did before. It will be amazing. And might be if there's like walk cruises, if you're planning anything like this.
Okay, well, thank you, Valentina, and I appreciate all of those wonderful, warm comments. Thank you so much.
And I'll bring you later, Valentina.
Yeah. And by the way, you look great. I mean, you look like we're going to use that uniform for our captains on our ships.
I don't follow him. It's happened to be falling off.
All right, and then what was the question? Oh, yeah. We're going to announce the next President's Cruise towards the end soon. So we'll be doing that. The World Cruise, we had that one. Ultimate World Cruise was fantastic, I think. Who are the Ultimate World Cruises? the great true adventurers of the world, that incredible journey you went on. Of course, Royal Caribbean lost about $20 million on that whole thing. It was an amazing experience, and I think it was heartwarming. We did a bunch of the sailed on the ship the last 4 or 5 days, and it was truly amazing to see the impact that that experience had on all of the guests who did the Ultimate World Cruise. It was, you know, truly the ultimate world cruise. Every continent on the planet, every port that you ever want to visit in the world, across oceans and seas. I think it was 6 months in total. How many? 9. I wondered where that ship was. 9 months. I mean, it was amazing. And when everybody shared those experiences with us, it was quite emotional. And there were some heartwarming stories that came from that. And in many ways, it was kind of, it's really what defines what's special about cruising. I think it was quite amazing. Now we know, we're trying to figure out when will we do the next Ultimate World Cruise. We do know that we're doing the reunions every year. There was a reunion on Serenade a few months ago, a couple of months ago, a month ago, a week ago.
Last month.
Captain Lolly went out there, and then every day, it was in Alaska, and every day we became more and more concerned about Lally because, she started dressing like a lumberjack. And then she started drinking a lot. And she was like off in the hills. We thought we'd never see her again. But she did come home finally. So we will, at some point in the future, we'll do another world cruise. We just don't know when. And hopefully the reunions will work for a couple of years and to bring you together. But thank you for the question. Thank you so much. And congratulations for that voyage that you guys shared together.
Thank you, Michael. Everybody, time is running short. Michael is going to make an announcement very shortly. Therefore, we're going to have 3 more questions, 1 on deck 5 and then 2 more on deck 4. So deck 5, hello, what's your name? At the top there, Michael, center.
Hi, Lady Kelly, Orange County, California. First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Bayley, for being so approachable and caring about your company and all of our clients. Also, Dan Dan is amazing, but Mark Walker is the GOAT. My question is there a plan to bring an Icon class ship to Orange County, well, to Southern California?
Oh, very good question. So a couple of years ago, I think somebody asked us if we were going to bring an Icon class ship to Galveston. But we haven't confirmed or denied that. But I would say that, we are building Perfect Day Mexico, which is absolutely epic. So I wouldn't be surprised if some big announcement came for Galveston. I'm not saying we're putting an Icon class there. But if I was a gambling man, put down a few dollars an hour. But I'm not saying we're doing it. So whoever that Royal Caribbean blog guy is, do not say I said that. I would be in big trouble when I get back. So California is an interesting market for us. To be honest, over the decades, we've been in and out. One of the biggest challenges for the California market, as we see it, is it's kind of an itinerary issue. There's challenges with building the itineraries that we think are marketable enough to sustain a lot of capacity in the market. But we are working on that. So I can't really say any more. I think we view the California market as a great market for Royal Caribbean. Tens and tens of thousands of Californians come and sail on Royal Caribbean every year. And a lot of Californians fly to Europe to sail on our ships. So we're aware of the pent-up demand in California, but there's no comments I can make about any kinds of plans that we have for California at the moment. And just say that we think about it a lot. Thank you.
By the way, Michael, Matt from the World Caribbean blog is just up there. He's taking notes.
Okay.
Posted something, I just saw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me check.
All right, see
I live in fear of Matt. He's like the World Caribbean blog guy. He does love World Caribbean, but sometimes he says stuff and I'm like, I wish Matt wouldn't say that.
All right, big four, we go to the back there, or we'll do two on the side. Okay, the back.
Good morning, Michael Bayley. First of all, I want to say thank you for going into the dining lounge and speaking to people. That was amazing.
You're welcome.
Second of all, okay, I'm a Diamond Plus that I have lunch with the officers. And the menu is always the same. Can we change the menu a little?
Yeah. Where is this? Where's the menu? Where is the venue?
The menu is beef and shrimps. You know.
It's in the dining room.
Yes.
It's in the dining room. It's the same menu every time.
Yeah, the same menu every time. And okay, I'm allergic to fish, and I don't eat red meat. So
You got a problem.
okay, how about putting a nice ranch? Oh, good.
Unless you're allowed. I think I'm getting tired. Okay, it's a good point. Let me ask Lincoln. We're going to change it, yeah. We'll change it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a good, it's funny. There's so many things going on, and sometimes things stay the same, and we do need to be reminded to shift things up a little bit. So thank you for the feedback. We'll change it. When are you sailing next? We'll try and change it before you I could avoid the email. When are you sailing next again? When are you sailing next time?
I'm sailing. I leave home for 5 days, and then I take a 21 day.
Which ship?
This is on the Raspberry of the Sea.
The Raspberry of the Sea. All right. Okay, we're going to track you, and when you're on the Raspberry of the Sea, you're going to get a new menu for lamb chop.
That's going to be the last question.
No, let's do that. Come on, let's do a few more. Do you enjoy any more questions, or should we call it quits? Let's do a couple more, yeah.
Yeah. One down there. Third row, Michael in the front.
My name is Faith Campbell. I'm from Maryland. As a stockholder, Royal Caribbean has not split since 1998. Since we're over 300 now, wouldn't it be nice to split so that others could now buy 100 shares?
It's a great question. I'd love that to happen. I got a bunch of stock. I'd love to see this. I think it's a wonderful idea. I'm going to immediately call the office and ask them about that. So, there's obviously a process the corporation follows in terms of valuation of the stock and the strategy in relation to the stock that's needs to go through a process with the board of directors in terms of the plans for the future. And as you know, hopefully, that there's certain. It's very important that officers of the company don't make statements that can be misinterpreted. So, which is true. I mean, there is a legal obligation for us. We need to be very careful about comments, forward-looking statements about the company and stock. So I'm not really able to make any comments or statements about that. I think when the timing is right for the company and the company believes it's a good time, and they will consider all options. So I'm sorry, it's not a very good answer, but I really can't make any statements about that. And any of those statements would come from typically from either the corporate CFO or Jason, for example, who's the Royal Caribbean Group CEO and chairman. Sorry about that. But I would definitely keep your shares.
Okay, Michael, final question right here.
Good morning, Michael. My name is Ned, and I'm blessed to be from Orlando, Florida, where I've got 4 home ports I can go to.
You're a lucky guy.
I know. My question is to go back to, you had mentioned earlier about the Discovery class. We are blessed with Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral with the big ships, but in Tampa, because of the bridge, obviously, we have limitations there. Can you give us anything on Discovery class maybe being able to go out of Tampa? Or maybe a size, or maybe anything?
It's a great question. Tampa is it's an incredibly fast-growing part of Florida, and it's increasingly a more important home port for the industry, but certainly for the Royal Caribbean. So when there's a bridge issue, which happens all over the world, it happens in Sydney, it happens in Vancouver, it happens in all kinds of places. There's 2 solutions. You make the ship smaller, or you move the port. So I don't know what's going to happen with Tampa, but I do know that there's a lot of interest from the industry in terms of improving port access for bigger ships. But I don't know where all that's going. But I would say if you look at the history of the evolution of the industry, that things change that way. Discovery class is going to be, we're planning that it'll be Panama capable, it'll go through the Panama Canal, which we think will be a real positive because it'll be able to go to Alaska in the summer, and it can get back into the Caribbean. I think it's within about 14 days, which means it doesn't have to do the 55-day around South America thing. So that's an indication of the capability. In the past, we've done things like had retractable funnels. I don't know how many of our ships have them today, but several ships do, where we've dealt with the bridge problem by being able to shrink the funnel. It's the funnel that's often the obstacle. We shrink them down. So there's solutions, is what I'm trying to say for Tampa, and we highly value Tampa as a home port and as a growing market for Royal Caribbean. Thank you.
Okay. Next time. Give Michael a round of applause, actually, for a very entertaining Q&A. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right, so presentation first, slide presentation.
So slides first. Oh, let me turn around so I can see the slides. Oh, top cruisers. These are important slides. Okay. You're going to and there is our top cruiser leading. I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's start with number 3. Mr. Blake Emerson. Blake, are you here? Blake. He's gone to the bathroom. Where is he? He's not here? Terry? He's coming? Blake? Oh, I can't see him. Okay, well, Terry's here. Hi, Terry. So, well, hopefully we'll see Blake. And I haven't seen him yet to say hello. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll catch up today. Then we have Barbara McElroy. Barbara's standing back there. You can see her back on this side. Hey, Barbara. And then, of course, we have the one, the only, with a great name, Super Mario. I don't know if we've got any information about how many times they've sailed and everything, but I think Mario has sailed so many times we don't keep records anymore. He's just sailed everything. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much, and thank you so much, especially you guys, for being such loyalists with Royal Caribbean. We really do value the relationship, and we love the feedback that we get from you, and we're happy that you stay with Royal Caribbean. So thank you so much. And now we have the President Cruise Lifers. They'll be calling in from Alcatraz. Blake, Teresa, Donna, Jean, Janet, Robert, Roger, James, Gian, Pete, Patricia, Wayne, Daryl, Marilyn, Cheryl, Alan, Rayalona, McHenry, Tamara, William, and Yolanda. Thank you so much. We have the Ultimate World Cruises. We want to call you guys out. Let's see. Yeah, Dean, Laurie, Mary, John, Charles, Linda, Ralph, Leah, Cleveland, Ardinia, Michael, Michelle, David, Maria, Sherman, Robin, Mark, Jane, Terry, Joe, and John. Thank you so much. And then I think we have, I don't know what we have.
The suspense, Michael. The
Yeah.
suspense. There we go.
Well, that's it.
We're doing the whole show again. No, we're ready.
It's a rewind. Okay, now we're going to talk about next year's. Does anyone have any bets? Wrong.
Blood.
No. Who? Raspberry. Actually, 2027 is the 10th anniversary of the President's Cruise as well. Yeah. All right. What else do we have?
Next cruise sales, they can actually book their cruise.